Good afternoon everyone and welcome to another edition of Friday Focus here at Organised Health HQ with our Organised Health team. I'm delighted to welcome on a very special guest this week, a friend of the company and Orbit founder, Kieran Aitken. Kieran, thanks very much for coming on board, no problem at all. So today, this is a very exclusive insight into the effect of the Organised Health service on people's lives. Kieran has been very kindly offered to come in and chat about his experience as an Organised Health user. And not only that, of course, we're going to have an insightful chat about Kieran's journey and entrepreneurship and also the Orbit journey as well. So we'll just get right into it. So Kieran, first of all, tell us a bit about yourself and your business.
Yeah, sure thing. I think, start off by stating the USP in a way, if you like. I'm 19 right now, and I think that seems to have a bit of interest, and it helps out a lot, I think, when running the business. But I run a company called Orbit Education Limited. We help teenagers from backgrounds as extremely diverse backgrounds. We're talking people who come from some pretty rough backgrounds to people who come from some fantastic backgrounds, and we help them become more entrepreneurial. Is a way of thinking. When I was in school, it wasn't encouraged, if you like, to be to think outside the box, etc. And we thought we'd try to disrupt that and do it our way.
Perfect. No, that sounds great. Obviously, we've known each other, met each other a few years ago for the first time actually in these Spark offices, funnily enough. And obviously, I think it's just fantastic what you've done at such a young age. And not only that, but guiding others as well to do that. And I think that, especially in this country, I think the entrepreneurship and young entrepreneurs have become such an important factor in the economy and just educating others. So I think it's absolutely brilliant what you're up to. So moving on a little bit to Organised Health and you using our service from a personal point of view. So what attracted you to start using our repeat prescription delivery service at Organised Health?
Well, for me it was a no-brainer, and I'm not just saying that we're on camera. I'm saying it because it's genuine. Like, having to, I'm busy, right? I've got a lot of things on, and when you have to go to the doctor, then the chemist, and then you have to do the facility, everything. You have to do the queue, you have to do everything else. It's becoming a bit of a pain, and I obviously had known of you guys, and when I heard that it was starting to go live, I thought, why not? Why not give this a go? Signed up, and I've been extremely impressed with the service, and I think it's a no-brainer really. I think I can't believe that no one's done it sooner, and I'm glad that you guys are doing it. No,
definitely. Thanks very much. We're chuffed to have Kieran on board. Yet again, no bias, he's sitting right next to me. So just throw another one at you. How has Organised Health and our services kind of helped you in your daily life? You were talking there about the kind of rigmarole, if you will, having to go through the kind of previous process you did when you were getting your medication. So how's it kind of helped you in your daily life, giving you more time to work in your business, your personal life type thing?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, a pharmacy, they can't be open at the times that I need them to. Not that I need them to be open at, but from what a customer standpoint is, there's a lot of customers, pharmacists, when you're busy and you've got a million and one, it can kind of, the medication can kind of fall down the list of things on your to-do list, and that's what becomes a little bit. So, I missed a few doses at times. I should be bothered, not that I should be bothered picking it up, it's I didn't have enough time to pick it up.
Of course.
When Organised Health came in, it's delivered right from the office doorstep, which is fantastic.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. We're definitely happy to help, and just kind of briefly talking about that again, so what was your kind of prescription pick-up routine prior to using our service? Was it you having to take days off work, you're having to rearrange meetings? Was that the type of thing that was having to happen kind of for you to go and get your what you needed?
Yeah, at the very start, and it would take about a few hours per week because it was weekly dispensed, which made it even more of an annoyance. So it was weekly dispensed, and my routine was just to go there, and it got to the point that I couldn't do it anymore, so I had to get my mum or my dad or whatever to go and pick it up for me, and obviously they're busy as well, and it just became a bit of a shambles really. So it was good to have with this, what I liked is it's a system, so you'll get it delivered every week at the same time, and you can change the time if you want to, of course, but you've got that consistency in place, and it is built around the customer, which has not really been done before, I don't think, in this field. So.
No, that's perfect. That's exactly what we're wanting to hear, and obviously just kind of maybe more talking about yourself and your journey. Obviously you recently wrote a piece on leaving school and being a young entrepreneur at such a young age. I think that especially around this time, with people getting their results back from school. I think it was a really, really important piece for you to write and put out there, and I think it's actually helped a lot of people already, and it's getting a fantastic reaction. For anyone who hasn't read Kieran's piece yet, we will link it below. I would definitely read it. And so just tell us like a little bit about that piece and about that story.
Yeah, sure thing. Orbit is a company we're starting to do. I think our marketing in the past and our way of getting out there, it hasn't really reflected what actually happens in Orbit. So we would put a very kind of corporate, very structured way of promoting the message. Now we're just all loose, so we'll just write articles or just say what we think. We'll do it our way with videos coming out and we say what we think. That article that you're talking about, that you're referring to, a few people were mentioning it to me. They said what should happen, what do the results they mean, etc. And I just thought, look, this is me. I think I can add something of value to the whole discussion on it, because I wasn't the most engaged at school. Towards the end of it I was pretty good at it, but for the majority of it I just kind of went from class to class. So results don't matter to a large extent, matter to some extent of course, but not to a large extent. It's only just starting, and that's where that piece came from. And it's got a really good response now. We're in the papers today, papers tomorrow. We were in Business Quarterly earlier on this week. A few journalists have picked up down in London soon or something along them lines, so it's good. Yeah,
going from strength to strength, which is fantastic. And obviously, going back on Organised Health and Orbit, it's a busy time of growth for us here at Organised Health, with an app launch coming up and a new brand launch coming with that as well, which we'll be chatting about more in the coming weeks. But for example, coming from a customer's point of view and a service user of Organised Health, like, where do you see our business heading in the future?
Wow, from an external standpoint, I think it will definitely get the traction that I think it deserves. And I'm not just saying that because I'm friends with these and because I'm on camera. I'm saying that just as a user, I genuinely get value from it. If it wasn't you guys, I'd still be using the service elsewhere. So it's there. The app, when it comes out, will be amazing. When the website comes out and you log into your meditation on the website, that'd be very good. And I can see it becoming big, and I think certainly the team, certainly you guys here, fantastic people here. There's a lot of ambition behind it, and there's a lot of effort being put into it. There's a lot of intelligence being placed into it. So I'm very excited for the future of Organised Health.
Yeah, brilliant. That's what we like to hear, and obviously it's a nice thing to hear for us as staff and team members as well. We love coming out of our work and knowing that we are helping people in their daily lives as well, short and long term as well, which is brilliant. So, same question again, pretty much, but for yourself and Orbit, where do you see your guys in the kind of near future? What's your kind of plans for the coming months?
There's lots. I've been accused of not doing too much at the one time, but I just do it anyway. So we have a lot happening. Can't confirm anything yet, but we've had interest from overseas who want to do some things from 3 countries, not just the one, from 3. And at first I said yeah, let's do it, but now I'm thinking perhaps we need to slow it down a little bit. I don't want to too manic with it, so we're going to slow it down. We'll do it one by one, perhaps next year or the following years. We're taking on a lot of employees at the moment. I say a lot, a few, that can really help take the business forward. I'm really busy, so having people below us who can help facilitate the growth of the business, etc. is good. The non-exec directors, we've got a new board of directors on, very intelligent people, very good, keeps the business on track. And we're growing quickly. We've got 3 locations this year. We want about 200 people involved with Orbit this year. And we want to be, not from an arrogant standpoint, but want to be the best at what we do, want to be the biggest at what we do. And I think at this moment in time, we're very positive and optimistic that can happen. So yeah, and I think as a result of that, the people that we have an impact on, the social enterprise first and foremost, can be really good.
Yeah, exactly. And as us as a team at Organised Health, we've known you for a good while now, and we can see the value that Orbit brings to so many people's lives as well.
Part of it as well.
Exactly. So many people's lives, and it's just fantastic to see it grow and hopefully, that, like you say, in the near future, we'll all be hearing that confirmation that it is going further and it is crossing waters, which is fantastic. So, to close today, I would class this perhaps as the big question. Would you say organised health has a positive impact on your life as a whole?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a convenience factor. I mean, and when you think about it, if I'm missing meditation because I can't pick it up from the chemist, so that's not good, is it? So it's good that this is all extremely convenient, extremely helpful, and there's no, I don't have any complaints about the service. It's all been impeccable.
Yeah.
So all good.
Fantastic, thank you. Well, that is us for another week of Friday Focus here at Organised Health. Kieran, thank you once again.
Thank you
so much for coming in and chatting about experience as a service, and also Orbit. Any information about Orbit will be linked through Facebook and our social media channels, as well as our inquiry form if you're interested in our service and signing up for our service. And more Friday Focus will be on the way very soon, so thank you very much, guys, and have a good weekend.